thought I'd run down some of the Oscar stuff. I've seen a few. Even I, as a critic, well, let me back up and say I do not consider myself a critic anymore. I do not really get press passes the way I used to, but I also do not pursue it. There is a lot of truth to um, phony reviews, sandbagging, propping up movies and stuff that's not worth it because of the relationship you have. Sometimes I felt, and my wife, I wish she would do Strangeness to come on with me because she would be my plus one for many of these things. It was so strange at times that my wife had nicknames for some of the folks. Like it was just strange, and yeah, could not relate, and would read their reviews or hear their comments and be like, I'm not sure we saw the same movie. So, um, so that was definitely a thing, but I don't get the press things, but I have seen most. I've seen a lot of films. And some, I wonder sometimes how we're supposed to pretend that we like these films that are nominated. Like, I don't know. Some movie news stuff we might get to. Um, but yeah, it's been a pretty cool time being out there. Uh, you know, getting to know some different folks, different things happening, sort of on different platforms. So that's been pretty cool. Um, I've been pretty fortunate to communicate with some different folks, trying to line some stuff up over the next few weeks. So hopefully that does also materialize. But um, but yeah. All right, so let me do the Oscar things. I think that is probably one of the least interesting things that I have for you guys. Hang on, I have like an extra window open. I do not know why that is. I'm boomering already. I'm not even more than a few minutes in. Of course, no one's going to be surprised by that. And I am having all sorts of issues. Do not care about different pop. I have all sorts of things happening on my computer. I don't know what's going on, man. I do not know what's going on. No surprise. You guys aren't surprised, are you? Are you surprised? Um, but yeah, let me just open what some of these movies are. Um, because I can rail against the Hollywood celebrity nonsense, like just in and of itself. I'm just good doing that because it's just the stupidity and the lameness of who these people are. Because I guess is this our first official year? Or was last year a year where they basically tried to pretend that they were picking good movies and that the identity politics and third wave feminism didn't matter because we know it's mattered for a while, but they kind of made it a requirement, I believe, in some things. Okay, so I'm gonna run down some of the lists. Here are the nominees for Best Actor. That would be uh, Javier Bardem in Being the Ricardos. He's an amazing actor. I did not see Being the Ricardos, but I have heard amazing things about that. It's just not popped up for me to get to. I don't know kind of what to do there, but it'll come around for me. Benedict Cumberbatch, who's obviously an amazing actor. Power of the Dog, couldn't get through it, didn't like it. Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom, that one I actually liked, and I would definitely highly recommend him and his performance. Will Smith, King Richard, he should be the winner, and Denzel Washington, The Tragedy of Macbeth, which I did not see. I really loved King Richard. I think you guys have told you that I really like that. I think he should win. Um, and I don't know how to say some of the names here, so I apologize in advance. Ciaran Hines in Belfast, Troy Kotsur in Coda, Jesse Plemons in Power of the Dog, J.K. Simmons in Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith McPhee in Power of the Dog. I don't know who's going to win here. Power of the Dog's in here twice. There's some agenda stuff happening with this film, so it's probably one of those two. Don't know. Couldn't tell you. Don't really care. I haven't seen any of those movies. Even though I've kind of wanted to see a couple. Oh, well, I couldn't get through Power of the Dog. I was just didn't like it. I didn't understand this sort of take on Western stuff. I didn't like it. I'm more of a traditional Western fan. Leading actresses: Jessica Chastain, Eyes Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman in Last Daughter, Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz, Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman, Bean Ricardos, Kristen Stewart, and Spencer. I don't know about you, but the Bean Ricardos thing, I didn't see this film, but I can say I've seen enough. I've seen clips and trailer, and Nicole Kidman disappears, and yeah, she deserves the award just based on that. I don't know about the other roles or performances or films, but supporting Jessie Buckley, Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose in West Side Story, Judi Dench in Belfast, Power Dog, Kirsten Dunst, and whew, Anjanou Ellis. Again, I apologize. It's a supporting role. King Richard. That's the wife. She did a great job. I don't know who's going to win. Didn't see the other film, so I have no reference. There's a couple of great actresses in there. They deserve it in that regard. Animated features. Everybody loves Disney's Encanto. Anyway, Fleet, Luca, Mitchell's vs. Machines, and Raya the Last Dragon, which I did not like that film. I don't know. I really hope some of these no-name ones to do better, like Luca or Fleet. I do not want to see Disney take that home. A lot of people loved Encanto. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. Cinematography, costumes, directing. So we'll do, so all the technical stuff. Dune has got a million nominees and nominations, and I don't know why. So overrated. I think Dune is fine for maybe some Dune diehards, but no, didn't do it for me. Sorry. Wish I could say it did, but it did not. Not to the level that it needs to get all these awards. Cinematography was pretty cool. Editing, sound, those were fine. But directing, you have Belfast, Kenneth Branagh, Drive My Car. Don't know how to say that. Licorice Pizza, Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Please do not give Spielberg an award for West Side Story. We not encourage the horrible that is that film. So I'll even support Power of the Dog getting it over him. I actually hope Kenneth Branagh gets it for Belfast. Just because I want to see Kenneth Branagh succeed. I love his work. As I said, Dune will probably get a lot of the awards when it comes to the technical stuff. Hair and makeup, Cruella and Coming to America was included, and then The Eyes of Tammy Faye and House of Gucci. I don't know, man. That's who knows. Yeah, maybe Coming to America can win. It'd be kind of funny to see something like that win for a change. That'd be good. Hans Zimmer for score for Dune again probably should win, but there's others. Encanto, Don't Look Up. Again, didn't get through. Oh, Don't Look Up. I don't know. Is it me or is the premise of Don't Look Up like an agenda? Like they don't even try to hide the fact that there is an agenda, but I didn't even try. I didn't watch it. I've actually heard it was fine. Power of the Dog was not. I did not think that score was that special, but don't really know much about a lot of the other stuff. The best picture, though, again, haven't seen a lot of these, and I have no idea why Dune's nominated. There are 5, 10. We nominate 10 best pictures, and you guys put Dune on the list. Some of these others I've heard of now, but no, I don't know. No idea. Wish I had Mike Smith on. I should have reached out because he is a guru and expert on this kind of stuff. He follows like the odds and the trends and that kind of thing. But what I want to ask you is, do you even care? When's the last time you sat through the Oscars? The Oscars have been a fraud for so long that I'm not even sure why or if any of us are paying attention to Oscar. My first dose of the Oscar fraud was when I was a child. And it would have been the 1978 Oscars, I believe, right? So the Star Wars had come out and it got nominated. And I stayed up. I have no idea why my family let me stay up all that time to watch some stupid award show. let's see. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Lots and lots of nominations, but did not win as many as it should. And I, as a little kid, stayed up because I thought it would win Best Picture. I thought this was like this big thing where you could say, a film like that mattered. And nope, did not work out that way. It was like a kick in the gut that I don't relate. That a film that it was just people are lining up for years, would stay in theaters. I mean, you're talking about from 77 till probably like at least late 83, if not 84. It was just Star Wars mania. They'd go back into theaters. People would go back out to see them in theaters. You have to remember VHS and all that really wasn't a big thing yet. And this, and for those you don't know, Star Wars lost to Annie Hall, the Woody Allen film that I've seen maybe twice. I don't know. Maybe you remember seeing it more. Maybe you love it. I don't know. I know people do like it. I don't know. I think it's almost like a tragedy that I had to learn that way. That I was more of a fan, I guess, than someone who could analyze Oscar worthy or whatever. Anyway, didn't work for me, and I was just like, nope. I think there's several other examples. When did Chariots of Fire win? A fire. That was another year. But the Lord of the Rings, it took 3 times for that to come around and you know win the best picture. I have no idea how Fellowship and Two Towers were not more in the running. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Um, yeah, it's just really tricky trying to understand. And I go through other examples. I'll fast forward again to another one was when Dark Knight, maybe even Batman again, but Dark Knight came out, and this movie got like 5 stars by everyone. Like everyone's given this 5 stars, and yet, and it had all these technical reviews, whatever, and it was not even nominated for Best Picture. Now, in hindsight, they were only nominating 5, but when you start to think about the films, you start to scratch your head. So, but in hindsight, Kramer versus Kramer won in '79 over Apocalypse Now, which is just shameful. It's just shameful. Like these people are so out of touch with sort of like the magnus of what they claim their award is supposed to be for. I don't understand. I never have understood. Like I said, Chariot of Fire, Runway 81 over Raiders of the Lost Ark again. Now I don't remember staying up for that one and watching that one. I remember learning. I know E.T. lost to Gandhi, and Tootsie actually won some praise. But I think what was for me was understanding that, and I think this is where I think there's such a resentment now in Hollywood that they don't even want to pretend that any of their stuff is commercial. So yeah, I don't know. And again, maybe it's just me. It's okay that it is. Do you have one that you kind of stands out to you guys that you can put in the comments below? That's cool. Let me know. But it used to be went through a phase where it kind of straightened up a little bit. 91, Silence of the Lambs won. Unforgiven won in 92. Schindler's List 93. Forrest Gump 94. Braveheart 95. And then we hit a few things. English Patient won in 96. I really don't like that movie. Not for me. Not when it was up against Fargo and even Jerry Maguire, which is the populist pick. But Fargo was just such a great film. Titanic in 97. And maybe there's some better films because obviously LA Confidential and Good Will Hunting seems like more of a logical pick. But obviously Titanic was this incredible, like more than blockbuster. It was just a phenomenon. And then you had like the bizarre 98 where Shakespeare in Love wins over Saving Private Ryan. To this day, I don't get that. But we had, think back, these movies, some movies were winning, and then it seemed like they had to grab the reins back, right? Because the Lord of the Rings, it took the third time. Beautiful Mind won, then Chicago. And I want to say about 2002 because Two Towers is my favorite, and it lost to Chicago. Gangs of New York was also up, and I love that movie. I think it was really, really underrated film. And then you started getting into kind of the weirdness where they start to kind of grab the ring a little bit and say, no, 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 we're nominating Milk and Frost Nixon and Benjamin Button, so Slumdog Millionaire could win. And you're like, oh, okay, hold on a minute, what's happening? And then starting in 2010 is when you get into the long list, right? So we start getting into 10 films are nominated. And let me run down the list: King's Speech, The Artist, The Artist. Oh God. I can't do it. Maybe you guys liked it. I can't do it. I can't get into some of these films. They just can't do it for me. Now, admittedly, they're nominating stuff I don't really care for, except for Moneyball. I loved Moneyball. I actually like War Horse was okay, but Moneyball was really a good film. Argo won in 2012, so I had one I was cheering for. I liked Argo. I still like Argo. I actually just watched Argo not very long ago. And then by the time you get into sort of like 2016, now you're into like full on agenda stuff starting where you have, La La Land, Hidden Figures, Hell or High Water, extremely overrated. Um, and Moonlight wins over like Hacksaw Ridge, and you start to be like, huh? And then Shape of Water wins in 2017 over Get Out, which was obviously the best film of the year. Dunkirk was really my favorite film, but it's okay. Green Book wins over Black Panther, and that was where the outrage was. But there, I remember the push for Roma. You guys remember Roma? That movie was so boring. I couldn't even get past the. I was like, what am I watching? I was watching water pour over rocks in black and white. And I have to be honest, man. The last couple of years, Ford and Ferrari not getting the credit, Joker not getting the credit, 1917 not getting the credit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They hate Tarantino, so that's not going to happen. But it's just agenda films. We're already in now where like they'll throw in a popular film, like I guess Dune, as their token popular film, but not a minute of my life.